Thank you for tuning in to another episode of WGC Fits. Today we are going to be talking about the new Callaway Apex line with special guest star, Captain Center Strike.
Yeah, that's me. Oh, thank you.
All right, so we're going to start off with the MB here. Before we jump into it, tell us a little bit about the look, how it differs from last year's.
How it differs? Well, I would say it's a little longer from heel to toe. Having hit both models, not today, but having hit both models, I would say it's a little bit more forgiving. I know Callaway designed it to be a better player's golf club. It is definitely a better player's golf club, but it is a little bit more forgiving for being a blade, a true blade.
I can agree with that. It definitely looks like it's got a bigger footprint. I think it looks really, really nice.
Like it looks very, I've been fortunate enough to hit it on the golf course a few times. It's the first time I've hit a blade on the golf course in a long time.
Long time.
It was very playable.
There we go. Well, go ahead and hit a couple, and let's just talk about feel real quick here, Mr. Trent.
Sure. I said, first thing I noticed is how good it looks, the dress. It just looks perfectly clean.
Now, these aren't super spec'd up for you, but it's pretty close to something that would kind of work for you.
Yeah, I would say so.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried a few of the newer shafts that are available. Mm-hmm. I mean, I actually kind of like this one, the one that's actually the stock shaft.
Which one is the stock?
So it's the DG Mid 115. Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I like it today because it's cold and it's in the wind, but it's a little colder, I should say. It's not cold.
It's cold compared to what it's been.
Correct. It's still cold for August.
Yes. I mean, first thing to me is the sound is just out of this world.
Sounds good.
The sound is so good. I love the way this club sounds.
It's in a bay. It's with a range ball. It's not going to sound perfect, but it still feels good. It looks good. Sounds good.
One of the things they did right with this club, I really think, is from a material choice, using 1025 carbon. I absolutely love when golf clubs are made out of that because it's nice and soft, it sounds muted, just has that nice little click.
It's got a nice little just thump to it.
Yeah.
Like it feels like it should feel.
Exactly.
Like when you hit it, obviously in a blade when you don't hit it, but just has a solid thud.
Mm-hmm. And so far, looks like you're getting pretty decent numbers out of it.
Yank that one a little bit.
This is workable. That's what these clubs are going to do, It
is definitely workable. I can hit some workable shots with this thing.
Mm-hmm. That's about as Trent-esque as a golf shot gets.
Right.
So we talk about the tech, right? Couple things going on. I already mentioned it, but solid one-piece forging, right? 1025 carbon steel, really, really nice from a finish perspective and all that kind of stuff, right? Just looks and sounds and feels the part, I would say, for someone looking for this. The player who wants this club is the discerning player who cares about those things almost more than other things, I would say, right?
Correct.
So I think it checks all the boxes for that, right? We also have the progressive kind of CG going on with this club, where your longer irons are going to have a little bit of a lower center of gravity, which helps kind of create some flight, right? Middle irons right in the middle. Your lower irons is going to actually be a little bit higher because we're trying to play with trajectory, right? Kind of maximize spin on the types of shots that we're trying to hit. Right?
Right.
Then we also have what they're calling dynamic sole grinds, which is
it's really kind of cool.
It's really cool. This is something I wish more companies kind of locked in on, because when you kind of minimize chances for ground interaction to kind of be a little bit weird, I think that's personally a really good thing, right? This has got a little bit of leading edge relief, a little bit of trail relief, quite good, just for that guy who's trying to take a nice clean little divot. Just works really well, I should say. In terms of loft, you're looking at a 34 degree loft on this set, so pretty traditional, I would say. I mean, like I said, just kind of checks all the boxes and everything for me. What do you think here, Mr. Trent?
Well, and you failed to mention the coolest part.
What's the coolest part?
The coolest part of this set, and actually the CB set, which we're going to next, is the the pitching wedge and the gap wedge are actually a 9 and a 10. A 10 and 11.
I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, so
they're actually labeled as that?
Yeah, they're labeled
That's actually
as that.
really cool.
So in the MB and CB, they are labeled as a 10 and 11.
There we go.
Which is really pretty cool. That came directly from Tour. That's what Tour wanted.
Shout out to old school, right?
Yeah,
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, I think it's very clean, just a good looking iron.
It's awesome. I mean, this is something I could definitely see going in the bag. Like I really, like the way this looks. And the cool thing about it is, I think, right, from a fitting window, they're doing something a little bit different this year with Callaway where they're talking about trying to blend stuff, right? This is going to pair really nicely with the club we're going to hit next,
Correct.
Which is the CB, and then eventually even with the Pro, because they got some stuff kind of going through the whole set, which is, I think, really good, So let's jump into the CB here.
Okay, sounds good. Let me grab that.
So now we have the Apex CB. Now, definitely my favorite out of the bunch, being a CB guy myself. So
right.
Tell us what you think here. Looks and all that kind of stuff, Trent.
Well, the funny thing is, how similar they look. It's crazy. That's a good thing.
Meant to blend.
They're designed to be able to blend them. I know that the last model of Apex was designed kind of the same way.
A little bit.
The DCB, the regular Apex Pro, you could conceivably combo those.
We did it. They had a combo set.
Correct. These are really specifically designed to all be players clubs, all be designed to be comboed, however combination you want to put it in. And Callaway has some different ones on the website that they're already spec'd up, so to speak.
Pre-built customs, yep. Now,
so
go ahead.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
This is designed to be the replacement for TCB. So, it's, again, came directly from Tour input. This is a product they've been working on for 3+ years, specifically with Tour players along the way. Xander, John Rahm, Burns, I'm sorry, specifically to them. They wanted their feedback, as opposed to in the past where maybe they've designed the golf club, then they take it to Tour at the very end and let them kind of tweak a little bit. This came directly from Tour input, so that's kind of cool, especially if you're those guys, because
for sure
your input helped. That the comment I made about in the MB about the 10 and 11 holds true here in the CB as well. Again, that came directly from Tour.
I know that the kind of term that they were kind of using for this one was the modern Tour club. And I think they kind of just hit the nail on the head there. That is really, really good. And then to talk about how much they're meant to kind of blend from a technology perspective, you have almost the exact same stuff going on, right?
Correct.
Which is with the MB.
Yeah,
same
a little bit more
sole,
help.
same kind of progressive CG, the MIM weighting, which is the plate, and then a little bit of kind of out on the toe there. Everything about this is made to have it not only blend well from a look perspective, it's not going to feel too much different either, which is really good. Lofts are the same, everything's there. So let's go ahead and hit a couple and let's see what you think from a feel window. Just a little bit more perimeter weighting, basically.
Correct.
Versus what the MB would be, which, a little more help is always a good thing.
Yeah, that's never a bad thing when it comes to hitting golf balls.
No. I always tell people, get as much help as you can stand to look at. Still plenty workable, right? Center of gravity, especially in those mid irons where you're really trying to work stuff around, is going to let you do so. So no issues there. Sound very, very similar.
Sound almost identical. You wouldn't even know that you were hitting a different golf club.
You couldn't differentiate.
Which is normally not the case. When you go from an MB to a CB, you can usually feel a little bit of difference. And this one just feels solid.
I think it has a lot to do with that plate on the back.
That plate on the back's designed so that they can factor in swing weight really easy too. Gosh, could I hit them any tighter up there?
It seems like you're putting this set in the bag pretty soon. That's what it seems like. We might have actually found Trent a new set of irons here, guys. No, that's,
yeah, I missed that one.
that's still not bad, though.
Kind of yanked it just a little bit.
Yeah. Shut up.
Missed it. Yeah, I mean, I would say very subtle differences as far as the look goes, but feel-wise, I mean, they feel identical. You hit it on the screws, so to speak, or hit it in the center. I mean, you know that you've hit it well.
Solid thud, man, which is exactly what we're looking for. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves, you know? This is definitely one I'm excited to use fittings moving forward.
This one's good looking, that's for sure.
This is probably my favorite one. I love a good CB. Now, we should mention these are in pre-order currently as of the filming of this video.
Correct,
right?
The par date is September 8th, I believe. So that's the official release date to the public. It is on the website.
And I know we're doing fittings for them, so you guys are interested, come on out. We can get them set up, you know?
Correct.
Now, I know that pricing on these is going to be around $215 a club. And I think that provides, or I should say gives leeway with quite a bit of shaft options and whatnot. So we should have plenty of options for people if they are interested in that fitting.
Correct.
So next in line is the Pro. So let's switch up to the Pro here, Mr. Trent. So next we have the Apex Pro. So here we're dealing with a little bit different, kind of compared to the two. Still technically a fully forged club, albeit multi-material forging now. So we've got a forged body and a forged face, and a hollow golf club. So that kind of player's distancy kind of window. But I think the thing that's really cool about this is it's a little bit weaker in loft. And that is, I think, a benefit. And I think you're going to see a lot of better players still playing this. I don't think you're going to see people afraid to play this.
So technically, I believe the only real hollow ones are the 4 and the 5, or 3, 4, and 5. So the rest of them are solid. So 7-iron to 7-iron, the biggest difference is a slight bit bigger compared to CB, and loft 1 degree stronger compared to CB.
Yeah, 33 on this guy versus those two. Again, something that can easily blend with and everything. Now, overall, same thing. We've got the Soul technology in there. We've got the MIM weighting in there. We actually have the progressive center of gravity in there as well. So again, you should be able to really make a set like this, the total package kind of work. A little bit bigger of a top line, I think, on this one, but not much. Personally, I think this one from a pro, the Apex Pro perspective, I think this is a big upgrade. I like this a lot.
This is a home run. And the previous Apex Pro 21, was a very good golf club.
It was.
A little loud at times, but it was a very good, solid golf club. And from what I've hit of this initially, this is like a home run.
Awesome.
I
Yeah.
think
this is. I know a lot of really, really good players who are going to be putting this in the bag and looking forward to it. So.
And I know, and having talked to Callaway, they have good intentions of having a lot of 4s, 3s, 4s, 5s in better players' bags as well. On tour,
for sure.
On the PGA Tour, which is something they've really not had.
I'd combo that all day with a set of those.
So I would say initial feedback as far as look goes, like you said, AJ, a little bit thicker on the top line, a little bit more rounded, just a little bit. Nothing extreme. If I wasn't comparing it directly to those, it's definitely a good looking golf club. Excited to kind of hit it compared to those. You said 1 degree stronger loft-wise.
1 degree stronger in loft, correct. And then the other thing that's a little bit different with this one versus the other one is they brought back the microsphere urethane kind of tech. So again, just really making sure that sound dampening and feel is there. Really trying to press this to be a really good feeling golf club.
And I would say, having hit those two and then coming to this one, I would say that the initial thought is how much this feels actually a little bit softer.
Yeah, and that's that face tech that they got. Microsphere urethane face.
Again, not that the other ones felt bad. They just felt a little bit more, I don't know, solid.
Yeah.
Because there's not as much forgiveness. This one does, because I just missed that one.
I would describe the other two, because it's just, pure one-piece forging throughout everything, right? Just thuddier, right? That's the kind of term I always like to use. And here, because you got a little bit more tech going on, right? It is going to sound a little bit different, but a lot of that tech is designed to really improve sound and feel.
Let's see how forgiving it is, because that one was definitely missed.
We're testing her.
Missed one.
Again, I think you're probably okay, though.
It's not hurting as bad as, I know I missed that one. I could feel I missed that
Your
one.
ball speed was down a lot there. That was definitely a miss.
Two in a row. Yeah. Better concentrate more.
Captain Center Strike being tested.
There you go. That was better.
Captain Center Strike's back. Took a slight hiatus.
Yeah. Went on vacation for a few swings.
For really good numbers, considering, again, like the more forgiving window here. I'm not seeing crazy low spin.
Nope.
I'm seeing really good height, and this is still pretty workable, right? You can still kind of hit your lows, your highs, your cuts, your draws, all that kind of stuff. Good spin. It's looking pretty solid, man.
So I should try to work one?
Yeah. Let's see.
What do you want to see?
I want to see a cut.
You want to see a cut?
I want to see a Trent cut.
With this one?
Yep.
Okay. Not really.
No, that's like a Trent cut.
Yeah. Try to get it to fall right.
Yep. See, that's the thing. With you, it's always the Trent cut, and then with Ian, it's the Ian fade, or the Ian draw, I should say. No, this is good, man. I think the
blade would be a little easier for me to hit that cut with.
I definitely think so. I'll tell you what, in all honesty, the thing that I'm most excited to see about this, especially being that it is slightly stronger in loft, and it is kind of targeted more towards the slightly more forgiving variant of these. I'm not seeing crazy ball speed jumps, which again solidifies you could very easily combo these, And I think really the only reason why it's a little bit stronger in loft is because the center of gravity, with it being a little bit wider, is probably just a touch lower,
I like that one because I just tried to hit it a little punchy, and it was perfect.
It was 90 feet in the air. No issues.
Tried to bring it down even a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely workable, man. Yeah, it was 68 feet in the air. It's awesome. So,
Sweet.
Apex line of irons coming up for 2024. What do we think? Are we Trent Maxwell approved?
Oh,
definitely. Yeah, definitely AJ approved. Definitely WGC approved. I think we're even Ian approved, even though
again, what's really cool is the fact that with the weighting in the back that they were, this is really not the easiest thing to do when you take a solid piece golf club and create the same look in the back and be able to make them look,
I like building combo sets because, I play a combo set. It's just one of those things where
forgiveness where you need it and workability where you need it.
Yeah, just let them help, man. We're not trying to make the game harder. This set is, I think, is a whole thing, just a home run through and through.
Right.
I think it's going to be a great year for him. And like I said, September 8th, pre-order right now. If you're interested, come see us, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe.
Thank you, everyone.
We'll see you.